Happy Halloween, everyone. Welcome to Nick's Flix. So, in going through the list of Best Picture winners, there aren't any horror films there per se. So, the best thing I can come up with is something in the, well, I wouldn't call it thriller, but more of a psychological kind of movie done by the master of suspense himself. We're talking about the film Rebecca, 1940s winner for Best Picture. And believe it or not, this is the only Hitchcock movie to ever win Best Picture. This film is very simply that you have a woman played by Joan Fontaine meets a man on the edge of a cliff, mind you. That's Sir Laurence Olivier playing Maximilian de Winter. And they fall in love. He decides to marry her and bring him home to his mysterious mansion. And then this head maid, or whatever you want to call it, played by the great Dame Judith Anderson, decides to try to, well, let's just say she doesn't like her. She tries to override her thinking, override her persona, and try to groom her in the image of the mysterious Rebecca. And there's a lot of questions surrounding how she died, and that is the ending of the movie that I don't want to tell you, because if you watch it, I want you to be surprised. Got it? Got it. So this movie won 2 Oscars, Best Picture and Best Cinematography, black and white, because at that time they gave 2 separate awards in that category, one for a color film and one for the black and white films, because both were very prevalent at that time in Hollywood. Got it? Got it. Okay. So surprisingly, neither Laurence Olivier or Joan Fontaine won for the acting categories. And that's very surprising. Very rarely does a movie win Best Picture and not win at least one of the acting categories. It's just one of those strange things. And you got to wonder if the Academy voters thought, okay, well, it's a good movie overall, but I can't single out an individual performance in it, you know. Academy voters are so fickle, you know. They're so fickle, they're so inconsistent. It's happened in all 91 of the ceremonies, and it's going to happen again in the 92nd, and etc., and so on and so forth. Just the consistency of trying to predict the logic behind the voters voting the way they do is not going to happen. But you want to hear me talk about this movie now, okay? Okay. It was shot so well. And if there's one thing you love watching in a Hitchcock movie, it's how it's shot. You're looking at shots, composition. You're looking at that stuff. Like, I can cite you one example that stuck out to me. And it's a very simple shot. Is that you see a grandfather clock, and you're seeing the reflection of rain on the window. And it is just so beautiful to look at. Lots of scenes in the shadows, by candlelight, by firelight. You live for that kind of stuff. And if it's shot really well with the right contrast, it is just so amazing to look at, you know. I admire good cinematography, hands down. I mean, this here, all this is crappy lighting, you know. This is not going to win Academy Awards. That stuff won Academy Awards. I can't believe this video has turned into me being so self-deprecating of my production methods. You know, what can I do? I can only blame myself. And I can blame Greg, even though he's not involved with this. I'm waiting for a response, but I'm not going to get it, because he's in the other room, you know. Anyway, so do I highly recommend this movie? Of course I do. I mean, and especially this particular release too, the Criterion Collection. They always do a great job restoring a movie in the highest definition video format you can get, which is the Blu-ray, you know. But the features are just so endless on this. I can't wait to dive into them. I can't do it at this moment because it's 3:30 in the morning when I'm recording this, so I've got to go to bed. So anyway, do I recommend this movie? Of course I do. And you'll be glad you watched it, okay? All right. All right, so if this is your first time here on the Nick and Greg channel, please do us a favor and go ahead and hit subscribe. And tap that bell too so you get notified when a new video goes up. And we thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you very soon. All right, we love you. Bye.